All right, Coach. Man, that was a tough pill to swallow on Friday. What's kind of been the message to your players?
Well, I mean, we just got to get regrouped. We didn't play very good, on offense especially. 3 turnovers, 1 pick six. Didn't run the ball extremely well. Didn't play good up front. Just kind of had a perfect storm. We didn't play very good on offense, and we still put 27 points up, but we still weren't clicking on all cylinders by any means. And our defense went out and we played good up front. Front four, inside backers played pretty good. Our back end, once again we didn't. We didn't cover very well. It showed during the game, and just some things that we got to try to get better at. Our tackling has gotten better, but we still got to get better on defense. Defending the pass.
There was about I mean, you know better than me, but I think it was like a minute 16 left. You guys had the lead. I guess could you just kind of take us through like that last possession that they were able to score?
Oh, well, when they scored, there was a minute 20 left.
Okay.
Yeah, there was like 2 minutes and something left when we punted to them. We just, they got to back out on a seam route, and our linebacker got beat. I mean, just not poor coverage, or it wasn't really poor coverage. It was our fault as a coaching staff. To put him in that situation because he's not as fast as that kid, and he just ran by him on a seam route, and they caught us in a coverage that wasn't sufficient and scored on it. Got ahead of us, and then we had an opportunity. We got down on the 25-yard line, and threw another pick. So it was the defensive back knocked our receiver to the ground while the ball was in the air, and that's what allowed the guy to pick it, but they didn't throw the flag, so I mean it was a pick.
What do y'all did y'all kind of have a discussion with the players following? I mean, as y'all watched that play on film, I mean, imagine there was one. Don't rely on the officials.
Yeah, I mean, at that point the game was over. There was only like 14 seconds left, but yeah, you don't want to be there. You don't want to be that close. It shouldn't have been that close. We gave them 1 touchdown, and had too many turnovers. When you have 3 turnovers in any game in this district, you're going to have a hard time winning it.
And the trouble defending the pass, I mean, their quarterback probably had his best game of the year.
Yeah, he played well.
Is it an issue of just having trouble with these teams' speed, or is it like youth?
Yeah, it's a little of everything. We're young, not quite as athletic and fast as some of the guys we got to go cover. That showed a little bit against Weatherford, showed a little bit, last night or Friday night. And it's just going to, it showed a little bit against Shoemaker earlier this year. It's just our kids are doing the best they can. They're playing hard. They're being coachable. They're doing all the things that we ask them to do. Sometimes we just run into a little bit better athletes sometimes, and that shows.
And normally, looking at the standings, they're pretty much a mess, all jumbled up.
Yeah.
Right now. Normally, 3 wins would probably get you in, but it looks like maybe it might not this time. So are you kind of preaching?
Well, I mean, it's hard to even figure out right now. I mean, it's because of open dates, and some people have played 3 games, some people have played 4 games. Everybody has 2 losses except Trinity, and they just have 1. So it's just kind of like everyone's pretty even right now. I mean, you can't really eliminate, or you can't really do much of anything except just keep playing hard and control what you can control. And our focus is completely on LD Bell, and we got them here on Friday, and hopefully we can find a way to get by them. And if we do, then we can look at the rest of the night and see what else we can figure out. But with everybody's bye coming at a different time, it's really hard to figure out how things are shaking out.
I mean, once again, there was another surprise from Haltom. Were y'all surprised to see that, what Abilene was able to do?
I just think it shows you how even the district is. We beat Abilene 35-13, and Haltom, they go to Abilene, and Abilene beats them about the same score, and then Haltom beats Trinity, who's, in my opinion, the best team in the district. So it's just a tough district. I mean, everyone on any Friday can win a game. Bell beat Richland the other night. Richland beat us. So it's just it's the reason the standings are the way they are, and it's also just a tough district that everyone is competitive and everyone has enough players to make a difference. And you got to play your best every Friday. You know, I think that's been showing. We've been playing really good at home and not very good on the road, and we've got to get that fixed because we still got another road game, and probably if we can get into the playoffs, that would probably be a road game. So we've got to fix that road issue.
You talked about it being a jumbled mess, and that you guys are focused on LD Bell this week. But you know, if kind of echoing a little bit what Paul asked, what are you telling the guys about the district? I mean, because it is such the cluster that it is right now, and anyone can make it in. How are you telling? Are you telling them that, you know, it's one game at a time?
Yeah.
Or no?
No doubt it is. I mean, that's all you can do. Like I said, our focus is on Bell, and we'll play them Friday. And when that game's over, we'll focus on Haltom, and we'll have 2 weeks. You know, because we got an open week, and then we play them the last week of the season. And you know, our open week coming so late, it's been tough. I mean, we could have used a break a couple of weeks ago. You know, just to get some rest and get out of the grind and all that. And so that's another issue. You know, that we've got to big time focus on Bell this week, and after that we're going to get some rest, you know, and that's basically what I told them is we've got to zero in on them and have a great week of practice and hopefully play good at home on Friday, and then we'll get a break, you know, and then we can take some time off and catch our breath and get a little more rest and some of those things, and then get ready for Haltom.
Last year, you know, y'all's matchup with Bell, I think I went and looked, and it was like one of the 5th lowest scoring games in the state.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a real defensive
10-2
last year.
Yeah.
What are you kind of expecting this season?
You know, I don't think it'll be 10-2, but they, you know, they've got a good defense. I mean, they had a good defense last year, and they're very multiple. You know, they don't sit in one look. They get in all kinds of different defensive fronts that you got to get prepared for, and they bring pressures from different areas and different loop stunts and twists, and they even bring corner blitzes. So they do a lot of stuff on defense that you got to get prepared for, and they're trying to confuse you, which is, you know, testament to them. And we've got to be able to figure that out and take advantage of what we can. You know, offensively they're a flex bone team, and that's another animal that we don't see very much. You know, we haven't seen it this year. In our old district, we played it quite a bit with Permian and Tascosa, but we haven't seen it in a while. And so that's another, you know, whatever you want to call it, another factor of the game that we're going to have to be prepared to handle that offense, and it's something that you see once a year. So it's a big challenge for us.
And they have a good defense and an unconventional offense, like you just mentioned, or at least one that we don't see as much nowadays. But do they have the same kind of size and speed advantage that other Metro teams?
No, I mean, they're big. They're big up front. Their offensive line probably averages 260. Not as big as Trinity. You know, I mean, they don't have the backs like you know, the guy from Weatherford, I think's got, you know, maybe the best back in the district, and Trinity's got several that are really good. These guys are good. They're fast, and they're athletic. They're just more compact. You know, their offense is more compact. So they do throw the ball some, but it's not what they want to do. They want to run the ball and eat clock and score at the end of their drives after long, you know, 14-play drives and stuff like that. And when you let them do that, it's going to be a long night. We've got to get them off the field. And when we have our opportunities with the football, we've got to do something, because just like Richland last week, you know, Richland was running the play clock down all the time and trying to use as much as they could and keep our offense off the field, and it affected how many plays we got to run. You know, we didn't run our average of plays, and that's a good strategy. And so when we have the ball when we have it, we've got to get downfield and make something happen with it.
Okay, so do you think of that as guys need to score quick, though? Because if you're scoring quick, then your defense really isn't getting the opportunity.
Well, I mean, we just score quick, you know, 10-play drive, whatever. We're just trying to score. And our defense will be able to handle whatever we got to do. But I mean, we're really not a real quick strike offense. You know, we're more of a team that takes 8 to 10 plays to score, and we have a lot of short passing game and things like that. But I mean, in today's football, man, you take it any way you can get it. That it? Thanks, guys.
Sure, man.